Mosaica Maria. So I have my dirty rice going here. I've browned my ground beef, my sausage with my onion and my celery and my red bell pepper I used. You can use green, red, whatever you like. I went ahead and put the fourth of a cup of flour over the top of it, let it cook out for a good 5 minutes. And now I just added 28 ounces of reduced sodium chicken broth. The spices I used was oregano, parsley, basil, chili powder, cayenne pepper. What else? I think that's it. I'm not putting the salt in it because it's a reduced sodium chicken broth. Sausage already has salt in it. You're really not going to need it. I'm going to wait and see. Well, it's up to you. If you like salt, go for it. So you just want to cover it. I've just cooked the flour out and added my chicken broth. So if you have fresh parsley, use it. If you have dried, use a little less than the fresh. Always with the spices, if you have fresh, you can go with more. If it's dried, less, because they're a little bit potent. If you like thyme, you could put a little thyme in it. The recipe calls for it. If you like the cayenne, put it in. I put a little crushed pepper in mine because I want this to have a kick to it. And then I made up 1.5 cups of basmati rice, which really looks just lovely. It came up perfect. So to 1.5 cups of basmati rice, I used 2.25 cups of water. I just brought it to a boil till the water started to go down, and then pop my lid on it, let it sit for 20 minutes. Actually 15 because my stove runs hot because everything's on a slant in my kitchen. So I got burners that run hot on one side, low on another. Okay, so you're going to let this just come to a simmer and simmer for about 8 minutes. And then you're going to pop your rice in it and just roll it around in there. And I would, my rice is cooling. I'm not comfortable with using, they say use already cooked rice, so I cooked it, but I don't want to keep it on the stove because I don't want it to be too hot. So I'm just putting it there. I've got a kitchen counter full of everything here. That is the crock pot that broke. But I'm telling you, it lasted me a long time. There is my plug that kept popping out reset. So I'm not going to use that plug. I'm going to bring it over there where my window and my flowers are, where it's a little more even. Plug it in there. When I get my Ninja cooker on Monday, all I could think of was, man, I wish I was searing my meat in that, right? Okay. So you have to look at it. I want it to cover it a little more. So I'm going to not use chicken broth. I'm going to use a little water, which is fine. Yeah. I just want everything just a little covered. It's going to come to a boil. I only used 1/2 of my red pepper. I used 1/2 of a large onion to make 3/4. Chopped everything really small. I used 2 celery stalks, like small ones. That's basically it. And then my chicken broth that I have left over, I'm going to add some more chicken broth. I'm going to pop a chicken carcass back here. And my rice is going to do double duty because it's going to go in the chicken soup. Because I am a big believer in soup and more soup. And I don't like to eat a lot of rice in one sitting, so my rice is going to go in my soup. And I'm just going to make a nice bone broth. I'm not even going to put a lot of meat in it. You can make jerk rice with sausage, beef, pork, or chicken. A lot of people make chicken. You can go anywhere you want with this. I just don't like it too spicy. I'm going to put the lid on it and let it simmer. I'm using a Tefal pan that my mother bought me years ago. It just comes in handy for everything from popcorn to simmering stuff and searing stuff. It's just a good pan. I think she got it for me like in 1995. I love the older pans. They seem to have been made better. They last longer. As long as you clean them really good and season the ones that need to be seasoned, you'll be fine. I'm going to leave the steam part open for that. So my kitchen was green in the little apartment I was in, and my mother got me green blinds and a Tefal green pan to go in my kitchen. I was really into forest green for a while. I'm totally into bringing blues into my kitchen with the pink now. I'm going with pink and blue and lilac. I'm being totally girly. Finally in my life, I'm getting girly. I always wanted to keep my kitchen kind of neutral, but I ended up with black everywhere in my house. Black refrigerator, black furniture, and I try to cut it. I had a white one there, but they ordered me a black one, so I'm not used to it yet. Black picks up all the lint. I can't stand it. So I'm trying to lighten my life. Light colors, bright colors, or pastels. Pastels. I'm going with. Before coming home from work last night, I stopped and got my $4 value flowers because I need to have fresh flowers now in the house because they just make me feel better. And what I've been saying to people is you got to do you. You got to do what makes you feel better. If you're going to a therapist, fine, do your work, but you know in your heart some of the answers already. Therapists just get very creative in helping you to look at what you already know. So what I tell people is once you what brings you here to therapy, people ask you. And a lot of people say, I don't know. But they really do know. So then it's the therapist's job to help you decide, why are you there? Why are you sitting in their chair or on the couch or whatever? And then just work on goals, work on your fears, work on triggers, and whatever you want in life. You should be leading in your therapy. It's very important. I just wanted to say this. It's very important for you as the client, patient, participant to not be so confused in therapy that you don't know why you're there. You just got a feeling. You're uneasy. No. Wait. Start asking yourself questions. Journal. Do all that. And for those of you that might be feeling offended because I said I don't believe in DID, dissociative identity disorder, or multiple personality, that is because I don't believe in the diagnosis of it being a disorder. I believe that all human beings have many facets of their life. And people that are being diagnosed DID and MPD back in the day were given permission to allow these personas and alters to have a life aside from them. Like, just let your little wild child out and let your little shy child out. Let your older person that wants to piss everyone off and bitch at them and be strict or whatever. It is. If you've been out here on the internet, you know there are some people that are play acting, role playing for sure, and in internet communities, and some people will be suffering forever. And that's a shame. I feel for them. But I do know you can recover from trauma. Any trauma. I don't care how long the trauma is. You're always going to have a time you get afraid. That's what you're going to work with your therapist. Is how do I deal with fear? And if I look at what God says, anxiety and fear is always going to be with us. And we're not to be anxious. So it's not a sin to be anxious, like some churches will say. It's not, oh, you're bad because you are worrywart or something, or you're sensitive, or you're all the things they label it. No. No. It's normal. And when we all start admitting, I'm anxious about the way the world looks. I'm anxious about what just happened over there that I saw with my eyes, heard, smelled, witnessed, felt, whatever. I'm still nervous about it. I don't trust it. But when we get to that point, believe me, you'll be embracing all of you, all of who you are, and you'll be fine. It really does get better. Okay. Some people have asked me, was I suicidal? And I'm laughing. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but every year, and I shouldn't, because there was a time I was a self-harmer. I was suicidal all the time. There was a time. But when it comes to poetry, you gotta write your feelings, you guys. So if it's February, you know I'm going to be writing something that is Sylvia Plath related. Okay, I can put the rice in. Although you want it to come to a boil for a good 7 to 8 minutes, so because you want it to reduce a little bit. Once you put your rice in there, it's going to reduce even more. I just don't want it to get soggy. So I don't know if I really have enough storage to get this made on my phone. And once it's been bubbling for 6 to 8 minutes, and this is thickening up. Why does it look green now? What kind of color problems in this? It still looks green. That's not the color it looks. Hey, that's the color it looks. Lighting, location, 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 and lighting is everything. Okay. I bought one of those meat chopper things at Walmart under the brand name Mainstay, like $5. I love it, but I can't get in the habit of grabbing it out whenever I'm going to brown meat. So I end up using my wooden spoon because I'm used to it, and I just think it works better. So bring it to a boil, simmering until that's really a good simmer. A little percolating. Just until your chicken broth reduces a little bit. And you make sure you get all your flavor up from the bottom of the pan and that flour is cooking out. And again, I didn't put salt in, and I might put some pepper and salt at the end because the rice is probably going to bland it out. But you do you. It's just rice and beef, you guys. And sausage. I was like, do I really want to waste 3 bay leaves on... Spices are expensive now. Do I really want to waste 3? Couldn't I just put 1 in? I was following the recipe. Okay, so my cayenne pepper is in there. And I did add a little bit of crushed pepper. I'm not really smelling the chili. A little bit. It's mild. It's nice. Of course, I can't smell much right now because my nose has been assaulted with so many fumes. Then I ended up recovering the chemical aisle last night at work. 11:11 if I'm lying. Oh my God, I came out of the chemical aisle in the Dollar Tree where they have all the Gain and sensations and all the oils and all that. And there's always something that customers and people that are stocking spill all over the place. So, I mean, my eyes were completely blown up and red. And my assistant manager's, she was doing the same thing. Or very allergic. All right, this is going in. So I'm using a spaghetti cloth thing, just put my rice in there so I don't get it all over, which I'm still doing. I'm just going to keep plopping it in there till it looks like enough. Give it a spin. Because I want that rice to do double time for me. I don't want this to get soggy, so I need more rice. And then it's just like you're making rice. You're going to boil it down, then let it sit. Even though it's already cooked. Get to the bottom of my pan, my rice I didn't fluff yet. I got to fluff what's left there. Yeah, because basmati is extra long green, so it really... I always find it cooks up better for me. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to fluff this. I'm going to use a fork. Just kind of fold it in. Just rice and ground beef, guys, with all vegetables. All it is. Spices. I'm going to let the bay leaves stay in there till the water goes down. I'm actually going to put the lid on it and let it just cook a little bit longer. Put one more scoop of rice in there. Maybe 2. It was supposed to be 4 cups of rice. If I did my calculation right, I think I made 6 cups. I should have 2 cups left for my soup. Yeah, I guess this multi-cooker, you can make rice in it too, so I'm going to be in heaven. Right. So this is the Rex Mac Grill dirt rice, and I'm telling you, it looks really good just as it is right now. It looks delicious. But I want that water to cook down. I'm going to taste. See if it needs something. Excuse me while I taste. It's good. I wasn't sure if I wanted to add a little bit of beef, sodium-free broth. People are having all kinds of discussions online about them, whoever they are, FDA, World Health, whoever it is, taking all the sodium out of our food. Is it healthy? I don't know. But I know I am so salt sensitive that if I eat anything with salt, I got 5 pounds on me the next day. Anything. So I'm not talking about like ultra processed food, although this would be considered kind of like a processed, right? I'm just going to leave the lid like that. Turn this down to low. Just let it cook down a little bit. And then my next thing is going to be, probably not going to show that to you because I got other stuff to do. I'm just going to break apart a carcass. And I used a roasted chicken. Yes, I did. And throw that into this stock pot. And make a little bit of chicken soup. I got my carrot, celery, onion. I'm going to saute up. And let that carcass give me some good bone broth. And then I'll add that little bit of chicken broth to it if it needs some flavor at the end. And that's it. That's what I'm doing today. Kind of thinking about it's time to put Easter on this tree. It was Valentine's Day. I might leave the hearts up. We have so much cool stuff at the Dollar Tree for Easter. I'm thinking I might get some little plastic Easter eggs. I still want to leave my little doves up there. But the idea of this is every year I make something by hand that I put on there. I don't know. I don't really want to put crosses on the tree. I don't really want to put, I'm trying to think like a dove applique, maybe little birds chirping. Something, I don't know. I'm going to save my pepper for my one egg I have in the house. I'm going to make pepper and egg sandwich. Ooh. Now look at that. Nice. Much better. So it's thickening up just that little bit. Thicken it right up. Wow. That's a meal, you guys. That's a meal. And I didn't have to use any condensed cream of chicken. I didn't have to use condensed cream of mushroom. If you had mushrooms, you could throw them in here. I actually like the hot sauce in it. It's a nice little kick with the peppers. And then here's the cool thing. You could take half of this and turn it into a stuffed cabbage or a pepper soup with the rice already in it. If you had a couple more peppers, throw it in. Use some chicken broth or vegetable broth. Throw some cabbage in it. You got stuffed cabbage soup. Throw some peppers in it. You got stuffed pepper soup. Make your food last. Rationing. Make your food last. Especially if you're single. You don't need a lot. I'll have a lot of this in the freezer. Maybe 2 portions out for the week. And I'll even cook this up with, if I do get eggs, if I decide to get eggs. I'm being determined. I'm not paying that price. No, that's nonsense. No way the bird flu is causing that kind of crazy out there. Price gouging. So I'll wait till everybody comes to their senses and I can get an egg that is a decent price. People are taking advantage of that bird flu. All right. Because I do like to do hard-boiled egg for my protein, but believe me, I can get away without it. Don't need it. Sounds terrible, but one of the best things I usually get when I'm at work and I know I'm running low on energy or whatever and I haven't taken time to eat and I'm working up a sweat, I'm running around recovering the store or whatever, I will grab a beef stick, one of those dried, or even the turkey jerky ones, And it's packed with protein. Not too much salt. There is sodium, but if that's the only thing you eat, it's okay. Is there another bay leaf in there? Wait, my bay leaf went mixing. I'll find it. This used to be my job when I was young with my mom's mom. Find the bay leaf and take it out. My mother was convinced we would all choke on the bay leaf. She wouldn't let me eat anything that I could choke on because I managed to choke on everything when I was younger. Don't know why. I chewed my food really slow. She was still cutting up my meat when I was like 10, just to make sure I did. Yeah. Oh no, I was a slow eater. Now I'm a fast eater. All right. That is hell of a done, and a real winner. I'm going to remember. Dirty rice with sausage and ground beef, inspired by Ray Mac's Kitchen Grill. Really good. Pound of ground beef, pound of Italian sausage, 4 cups of cooked rice, 2 cans of chicken broth, 3/4 green pepper and red pepper. I didn't do the green pepper. 3/4 onion, 1/4 celery, 1/4 cup of flour, 3 bay leaves, parsley, dried oregano, thyme. I did not do the thyme. Minced garlic, I did garlic, and I did powder. 1.5 teaspoons of salt, I didn't put it in. 1 teaspoon of chili powder, I did do that. I didn't put my black pepper in yet, but I did put my 1/4 of cayenne, and I did some crushed pepper, so I might not need it. Okay. So I'm going to put a video out where you're going to see the video where I'm talking about DID, MPD, and DID Awareness Day and why I don't believe in it. I'm going to talk about Brian Kohlberger case, talk about Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Hackman and that case, and I'm going to share a hat pattern that is beautiful that I just finished making, and I think I shared this recipe. Okay, so I haven't been vlogging for a while, so I felt like it today. So I hope you're all having a beautiful day, spring forward, and you really are going forward in life. Just remember, sometimes to go forward, you got to take a couple steps back and push a little harder. And sometimes you got to rock back and forth like this, like a car in the mud, and spin yourself right out of it. So you might be stuck in the mud right now, spinning, or you might have just got stuck. Keep going forward. Have a nice day. Thanks for visiting my blog, and let me know your favorite recipes and the favorite way you like to make jerk rice or with chicken or whatever you put in yours. Happy Sunday. Bye.